Hi, how the hell are you? Well, today's Valentine's Day. I hope you all didn't screw up and you got something for your lovely. Well, today we got count 'em, two packages from the Mad Stacker. We got one, which I'm not real sure what it is. We got another one because I bought something from him. This should be a Chinese Canadian set here, but we'll see. It's a fairly good size. Next to my head, it's fairly good size. And these are the two together. So let's open them up. We're going to discuss a little bit later about buying scrap jewelry. I bought a couple rings today. Um, eh, we'll talk about that a little bit later. Thumbnail for today. What the hell was the thumbnail for today? Oh, you see that nice little otter trap? I think that's a wolf trap, but could have been an otter trap too. It's a number 3 or number 4. Can't remember. There's a Blake or what? I can't remember the brand name, but it does have teeth in it yet, which are illegal. You can't use them anymore, but they are a collector trap, and my brother does collect those. Has one hell of a huge trap collection. Someday you should get him on and get him to talking about it, and maybe go to his storage facility and look at some of his traps. But they are, in some instances, just as good as buying gold. So let's take a look at. And the reason I got the trap for the thumbnail is I don't want you to fall into the trap of buying scrap gold and silver and regretting it. So, yes, I bought some scrap 925 at a decent price. So I'm having it all melted down and formed into a pour for me by Supreme Ginger Stacker. And I have bought a couple of gold rings. One's a 10 carat and one's an 18 carat. And the reason I know that are because I looked inside the rings and looked, and you will see 10 carat stamped in there, or 14 or 18 or 22 or whatever. These two are stamped plainly. That's a 10 carat ring right there. And this, if I can get it to where I can show it to you, that little gold band right there is a 10 carat ring, or a 18 carat ring. That is stamped on the inside. So I have a whole bunch of other stuff here, uh, gold chains. I've tested 2 of them, the bigger ones, and they seem to be 10 carat. But I am not going to buy them until I'm absolutely sure, because I can't test them with my Sigma. And I do have an acid kit, and it does tell me 10. The smaller ones I cannot test, so I'm going to let a professional jeweler do that. And the two big chains I may buy, but I would like to get them authenticated first. If that's a word, I would like to get them authenticated before I buy them. And then the scrap gold, what I'm going to do with it is I'm going to take it and send it off to a refiner, and I'll have it melted and formed into something really nice. But don't buy scrap unless you're absolutely sure of what you're getting. Because I took the loop, I looked inside those rings, and one says 10 carat, 10K TMI. I didn't know what that meant, or RMI, I'm sorry. I had to look it up on the internet. RMI is Rommel Manufacturing Incorporated of New Baltimore, Michigan, who is a manufacturer of fine jewelry. So that one is 10 karat, not a problem. This gold band had a JM engraved on the inside, and it does say solid gold 18K. I know that is 18 karat. Those two chains I do not know because I cannot find anything on the clasp or the chain that says it's 10 karat, but that's what it tests as. So until I can get a verification of that, I will not be buying it until such time as I can verify it. And I don't want you to fall into the trap of, oh, it looks like it's gold or it looks like it's silver. It could be silver gold. It could be white gold. It could be blue gold. It could be any color of gold. It could be gold plated, which I won't buy. It's just don't fall into a trap. Don't fall into the trap of buying it just because it looks like it's gold or somebody tells you it's gold. If you can't authenticate it, don't buy it. Pure and simple. That's it. So don't fall into that trap. You fall into that trap, you're going to get your money taken from you. I have not bought much scrap in my life, just a little. And most of this scrap comes from my brother, him finding it at swap meets, garage sales, whatever. He's got plenty of time to do. He's retired and he does that. And he knows metals also. So he's looking. So I'm just buying it from him to help him out. Another car repair payment today. So I wrote him a check for $317 for how much gold did I buy? I bought 6.3 grams for $317. Now, 2.18 grams is 18, and the 10 karat was 4.27. So, and that's 41%. So that's less than half. And the other one's 3/4. So it balances out. But $317 for, you save, see, half, that's two. Basically about almost 4 grams of gold. It's not bad. That's less than 100 a gram. So did all right there. That's not bad. You just have to be real careful, do your math, man. You have to do your research. So, like I say, don't fall into that trap. All right, let's take a look at a couple of packages. Let's go down here with the camera to the table. Get this out of the way. We'll get that over there. Hi, Jerry. Good to see you, buddy. I don't know if you heard of what I said about buying scrap, but that's why I have the thumbnail up there about buying scrap. Don't fall into the trap of buying scrap gold or silver just because someone says it's gold or silver, or just because it looks gold or silver. If you can't positively identify what that piece of scrap is, this one, it says 10 karat RMI inside this ring. I know it's 10 karat gold. I just wanted to look up what RMI was, and I found that out. All right, this one says solid gold 18 karat inside. There's a W or an M that got scratched in. Oh, it's a JM. That's right. JM in this one. So someone bought this as a wedding band and got it engraved. So I know this was 18 karat. All right. Well, you got to figure out what 18 karat is. You got to figure out what 10 karat is. You got to take it times that, times the weight, and blah, blah, blah. I mean, you got to wait. You got to make sure You got to make sure what you're buying is real and exactly what kind of real it is. So let's take a look at this one. This one's from Mad. We're going to open it up. Where's my... There's my little scissor. Oh, man. Come on, you little bugger. Get in there. All right. Oh. There we go. All right. What do we got? Another package. And this. And this. And that's it for that. Okay. So let's put that over there. Oh, what do we got here? I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Nice rubber bracelet. Nice, man. That's nice. What is the psalm? That is Psalm 23.4. Huh. That's really nice. Okay, and then you got a little card here. It says, I keep my eyes always on the Lord. With him on my right hand, I will not be shaken. There you go. Okay, we got a little card in here, but I want to see what we got here. Oh, I got a... Looks like a nickel size. That's cool. He always sends one. And then it says 27CA. Oh, no, I got an envelope with something written on it. I don't know what's in it. There's nothing in this little envelope. So I'm thinking that that might have the poker chip in it. I don't know. I did get the poker chip from Mad. I got a Mad chip. Mad Stacker. I didn't have one of his chips, so that's nice. I'm glad he sent that along. Now I do need another tower. Who we got up here? Hi, Peter. You don't buy jewelry? Well, you know, I'm not buying jewelry as a normal course of everyday thing. This is to help my brother out. He's having a lot of problems with his truck, man. A lot of problems with his truck. And the dealership where he got it is just a piece of shit. I'm not going to tell you where or who because I don't want to get sued. But I sure would never buy a vehicle from him. I've had dealings with them one other time. My wife bought a vehicle there. Nope, never again. And I won't buy one there. So I know he knows what he's doing when it comes to buying gold and silver. And he goes to a lot of auctions and garage sales and flea markets and stuff like that. He's retired. He does that all the time. He looks for... Oh, shit. There goes my camera. He looks for stuff to buy and sell because that's what he does. Mostly traps and trapping related stuff, but other stuff too. He buys curio cabinets, dish cabinets, stuff that's nice solid wood, cherry and walnut. Got a couple really nice cabinets, man. I'm telling you. And he's like $86, and they're $500, $600, $700 cabinets. And he can't sell them, so he just keeps them. Got them in his shed. Thank you for your support. What does that say? Oh, we pray love, joy, and lots of God's favors over you and your family. Happy stacking, the Mad Crew. That's nice, man. Nice. I like these handwritten notes. Very nice. Thank you very much, man. All right, let's see what we got here. Traded you a cheeseburger for your used nipple ring? Were they silver? I would assume they were silver. Nipple rings that are gold. No. Silver at least is antimicrobial. You know, come on. Hey, Chappie. Okay. Use those little envelopes to keep track of wins. I see. And here I am using sticky notes or little sticky notes. 25, 2007 CA. I don't know what that is. I'm glad he knows. Well, I am glad that he knows. But yeah, this is real nice. Man, I don't know. I didn't have a Mad Stacker poker chip. That side's the coolest right there. That side's the coolest. Plus, I got a nice little rubber wristband and a nice little card. I don't know why he sends these, but he does. I think I put a dime or a nickel in one of my other ones. Might have put a dime in, I think. But all right, what do we got in here? I bought a set. I bought a set from him. I saw it on his stage, and I emailed him. I said, "Take it off stage. I'll buy that." Here we go. I don't know if I can bend my camera down again without having it fall over. We'll try it, but we'll bend it down again. You know what we might do? We might just set that up there on that bag like that. So we got a little bit of there. Take that out of there. Take this out of there. I believe this is that Chinese-Canadian collaboration, I think. Yeah, it's from the Canadian Mint. '27 Tall Ship Series. Oh, okay. Maybe that's the other one then. The Tall Ships Series. I wonder if I have this one. I don't know if I got this one. I didn't think I did, so I bought it from him. I know I have another container like this. See if I can get this out of here. There we go. Here's all of the pertinent information. The coin. $20 silver coin is certified to be 99.99% fine silver with a weight of 31.39 grams and a diameter of 38 millimeters, designed by Canadian artist Bonnie Ross. Its design features two brigantines as they sail in front of Purdy's Wharf at the port of Halifax, Nova Scotia. Host of many tall ship challenges in recent years, the obverse illustrates the effigy of Her Majesty the Queen II by Susanna Blunt. So that's the back side, so I get it to where you can't see all the shine on this damn thing. Oh man, I hate the lighting in this room. All right, there's the Queen. Man, I hate the lighting in this room. And that's tall ships, and two of them. One over there on your left and one right in front of you. And that actually it's got a scratch on it. I hope that's on the case. I hope that's on the case. Let's take that out. You can't see it, but right up there at the top, right up here, there's a scratch up there. It shows up dark on your lens. You can see that scratch. I hope that's on the case. Might have to take it out to look, but if that's on the coin, I'm going to be disappointed. I gotta find out where the edge of this thing is at. Yeah, it's over there. Yeah, it's on the coin. Not happy about that. Oh well. That's what happens when you buy from somebody else. You don't buy from the dealer. Whatever. We'll live. It's number 1452 out of 16,000. Oh, 1452 out of 16,000. Not happy about a scratch, but I guess we'll live. All right. That's what we got there. I'll put that little bugger back in there. That goes out in my safe. That goes out into my collection. Looks like I might have to get another one there. But, you know, that's the way stuff goes. Anyway, so let's get that stuff out of the way. I'm going to put this poker chip. Oh, man. I got to get a hold of Adam J because I have to get another, I got to get another chip tower. Okay. I'm going to put this over here out of the way for right now. We still have this one. And I believe this one is the Chinese Canadian one, I believe, but I'm not sure. Uh-oh. I think we're too close. Might be too close. I don't know. Oh, I got it in there, by God. I got it in there. Yep, there we go. Right there. Another big package. What do we got in here? Anything? Yep, there's something else in there. Another little handwritten note. What do we got here? The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? And got another one of those. And another handwritten note. What a piece. Thank you for your support. We pray, love, joy, and lots of God's favors over you and your family. The Mad Crew. I appreciate those little handwritten notes. I really do. That's why I try to put a handwritten note in everything that I send. Yep, this is that Canadian, Chinese. I wasn't going to buy it at first because it's Chinese. I don't like Chinesium crap, but Canadian mint did a collab. So, and seeing how I collect Canadian, I figured I would buy it. Commemorative silver coin set. It's in this nice little case. Nice little case. Yeah, sets up like that. Nothing up there in the lid, per se. So let's just take that out of there. Oh, that's a nice little wooden case in there, too. And there is some information in the bottom. So let's take a look at that real quick. Well, this is number 47,775. That's a 1998 silver coin. Ooh, Government of Canada, blah, blah, blah. It's a $5 Canadian. Weighs 31.39 grams. Is 4 nines fine. And then to say anything about the Chinese coin, okay. There's a certificate of authenticity right there. And we have that goes with it. Now, trying to find my old eyes here. My old eyes. 2 silver coins jointly issued by the Royal Canadian Mint and China Gold Coin Incorporation honors an extraordinary Canadian, Dr. Norman Bethune. 3 wars, First World War, Spanish Civil War, and the Sino-Japanese War. Went to China to become surgeon for the 8th Route Army during the Sino-Japanese War, as well as designing a mobile hospital, writing textbooks, and training young Chinese doctors. He served on the battlefield, invented a collapsing operating table, and organized medical supply units that could be transported on muleback. The 49-year-old doctor died in 1939 while still in China, and that would explain that. Signed by Danielle Weatherup, President of the Royal Canadian Mint, and Dr. Cheng Yu-Yin, President of the China Gold Coin Incorporation. So let's take a look at those coins, should we? Uh-oh. One is out of its little bed over there. Should be right in there. Yeah. Oh, God, I hate the sunlight. What does it say on the top? It says jointly issued by China and Canada. And China had to make sure they got their name on there first instead of Canada. It should be Canada and China. But that's just the way those butt heads are. Uh-oh. No, it doesn't want to come out there. Oh, there we go. 1998. This is the Chinese coin right here. It's 10 yuan or whatever the hell they're and that's the back of it. Someday when I get a better camera, there, that looks better. And that looks better there. Oh. And then we'll get the Canadian coin out of there also. Yeah, I didn't have this set, so oh, it's got to go in the other way. Yep, that's the way it's got to go. Yeah, see, that's weird. All right, that one comes up over here like that. This is a Canadian, and it has the Queen on, of course. And what does it have on the back? This is really weird. Let's look at the old eyes here. Norman Bethune, 1938. Oh, it's got the mobile hospital and everything is on mule back, and it's on a mule train with soldiers leading and riding. That's neat. Let's see if I can hold that right. See the soldiers in the front leading the mule train with everything on. That's kind of a cool coin. That's really neat. Yeah, I know. That's a really nice. That's a really nice set, man. I got to. I think I made a pretty good choice there. I think I made a good choice. I don't know. Where's my coffee? Right here. I'll tell you what, Chappie. I'm kind of happy I picked it up now. With a D-Day preview, I would like to see that. Let me see. Who's Santiago still has to send me a reverse proof maple. I traded him Britannia for it, and I sent him his Britannia. I haven't got my maple yet, but that's coming, I'm sure. Oh, get up here, you! Oh God, then I'm dropping stuff all over the place. Dropping stuff all over the place. This is a nice set. 47,775 out of 60,000. So, that could actually set up here just like this. Or I could put that in here and put this in here like this. And like that. Nope, that won't fit in there like that. So it'll just have to go in there like that. That's all right. I mean, that's a nice set. I can live with that one. I can live with that one. Hi, Mrs. Coin Crew. How you doing? I didn't see anybody up today, so I just decided I was going to come up and do something. My wife has left me for the weekend. She is going down to Waterloo, Iowa, to my middle daughter's house, and they are going to be putting drywall on the ceiling of my daughter's basement. She's got the walls all torn out. She's got the walls all cleaned off, I think, and she's got maybe I can just leave that open like that. Yeah, I don't know. Bring it up just a little bit. And bring it up here like this, just a little more, like that. There we go. Anyway, yeah, so I got left to my own devices, and oh, there we go, tape. I'm left to my own devices this weekend. She'll be back on Sunday afternoon, so whatever crap I'm going to get done and trouble I'm going to get into, I got to do it before Sunday afternoon. You guys know what I'm talking about. Yeah. I was going to run up to the LCS up to Rochester this morning, but my brother says snow's coming in, and he didn't advise against. He advised against it, but it's only about 4 to 6 inches, so it's not a big deal. But all right, let's go up here again, where I'm at. Let's go up here again where I'm at so you can look at my ugly face. Yeah, nice. I got 2 really nice additions to my collection. Thank you very much, man. Thank you very much. I have to take that stuff out to my storage unit, and I'm going to have to put that in the other safe. I don't know what else I'm going to do this afternoon. Go out, talk to the cat, and maybe smoke a cigar. But other than that, I ain't got a lot going on. So I decided I was going to do this. Video. I got to put that down just a little bit. All right. I have this stuff right here. I showed you the 2 rings. They're not a big deal, but I got this stuff right here. And it seems like, and I'll take these 2 out first. Here's one gold chain. I am pretty sure that's a 10 karat chain. I'm pretty sure. It's got a little bump in the chain right here where it got just a little bit squashed. It's just, oh, there we go. Okay. There is no clasp on this end of it. And on this end, there is no clasp. So generally the clasps are where the fineness is printed. So this one has to be rubbed. And I think this is 10 karat, the way I rubbed it, the way I looked at it. But it is 9.275 grams. And if you look at it, take my little magnet here, it is very weakly magnetic. So that's why I think it's a 10 karat. I don't know what else it would be, but I'm not going to buy that until I'm damn sure I know what it is. And my brother told me, he said, nope, don't buy it if you aren't sure what it is. So I will take it over to probably Mason City. Now look. Now this thing right here, this is an earring, a screw type earring. This isn't a earring that. This is screw type, and on this screw right here it says 1/20th. Let me see, 1/20th of 12K, 1.39 grams. So all the stones have been taken out of the settings. But I'm assuming that's 1/20th of an ounce. And what's 31.11 divided by 20? All right, let's just figure that out, should we? Oh, let's go to my Kelvinator here. 31.11 divided by 20 equal 1.5 grams. So 1.5 grams, 1.5555. So 1.56 grams. Of 12K. So you got to figure out what 12K is. And I think, what was 12K anyway? Let's see here. 12K is 50%. So 1.56 divided by 2. 0.56 divided by 2 equal It's 3/4 of a gram, 0.78. So what is that? 75 bucks? Yeah, I'd give him 75. I'd probably give him 60 bucks for it. So you got to do your math, but you have to be sure of what it is first. So this one I will probably buy from him. I just bought the 2 rings today, but this one I'll probably buy. Why? Because I can't identify it. I know what it says on it. Then I had, here's that other chain. And I don't know about this one. Oh, here is something I want you to see. That's a watch. We took it apart. It doesn't have glass for bezel. It's got a plastic bezel. I think it's plastic. It could be glass. I'm not sure. But inside the back part of the bezel, so the back of the watch, it does say that it's stainless steel, but it says on the inside 10K RGP bezel, 2.53 grams. So you got 2.53 grams of 10K gold, and that is just in, let me show you here. That is just in this part right here. That's all. All of the other stuff, here's the movement, the back, and the back says what it is. These 2 little pieces right here go right up next to the watch that hold the band on. These are not gold. Those are not gold. And this seems like it's plastic, so it's not a real expensive watch. What was this watch? I think, where's my old eyes at? Right here. Hellbros. A Hellbros watch. And on the back it says base metal. On the inside of the back, and I can take this off of here if I get my nail underneath of it. Oh, and maybe I can show you this with a magnifying glass. Just hold up a second. All right. Huh. Oh, maybe I can't. Well, let's see. Yep, there we go. All right. So here's the inside of the watch, outside of the watch. And let me see if I can show you this. I don't know if I can or not. I don't know if I'll be able to hold it steady enough. And I don't know if you'll be able to see it. You see right there, 10K RGP bezel, stainless back, and the serial number. So that tells you that the bezel, yes, that is, what did I say, 10K gold? Yep, 10K. RGP, and I can look up RGP, but RGB bezel and stainless back, 644-5213. But I'm keeping this all together. I have weighed the bezel, so I know what that weighs. Let's see, what does that bezel weigh? That weighs 2.53 grams of 10K, and 10K is 41.7%. So about half of that, 1.2 grams. So another $100. It's about what it's worth. But if you don't know if it doesn't say exactly what it is, I wouldn't buy it. I mean, yes, I have my Sigma and small wand, and some of this stuff won't register on the Sigma, even with the small wand. But I keep this all together because the back is what says what the bezel is. So when I take that into a jeweler, I'm going to have them let me know. But that's one that I would buy along with this earring because I can see on the item itself what it says, what it is. This chain I wouldn't buy yet. This chain I don't know about either. And the reason is because this chain also is a nice gold chain, but no clasp on either end, which is where it would tell you what it is. Now, where'd my magnet go again? This one is just as magnetic as that other one was. Just slightly magnetic. So that tells me that's probably 10K also, but I don't know that for a fact, so I'm not going to buy it. I've already weighed it, so I know what it weighs, but I won't buy it. And then what else do we have in this little package here? We have more necklaces. One is silver, two are silver, one's a gold colored one, and they're either strongly magnetic, which would tell me they're not, they're just base metal. But none of them have, this one has a clasp on it, but I couldn't see anything on it. That's this silver one here. This one has the little loop clasp, and I won't, it's got a little thing that goes with it, but I won't. This one is just so fine. It's non-magnetic and just so fine in there. You can hardly even see that chain in there. And that's only 0.35 grams. So that, you know, and just, it's non-magnetic whatsoever. This one is not real magnetic. That one is strongly magnetic. Did you see that? How that jumped? And it won't come off of there real good. That tells me this one right here is junk. That's what that one tells me. That one's junk. These two are slightly magnetic. You see that? Just slightly. Even this little one right here. Nope, that little one's non-magnetic. So those two are pretty good. This one is slightly magnetic. This one just slightly magnetic. And this one just jumps. Just look at that. Just jumps. So that tells me that one's crap. But we'll have them all checked out and see. Now I got a couple other ones here. This one actually has a little emblem on it. Very slightly magnetic. Not bad at all. So that one could be also. Where's the other one? Right here. This one has another one of those circle clasps on. That one's strongly magnetic also. I mean, look at that. That's strongly magnetic. That tells me that one's junk. So out of that bunch, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 chains that are probably gold or silver. But those other 2 are junk, in my opinion. But I don't know that until and there's one way to tell. I mean, here is that earring. And here's the magnet on that earring, and that's non-magnetic whatsoever. The watch bezel itself, non-magnetic. So the stuff that is just very slightly magnetic, maybe. Those may be. The ones that are not magnetic, like this watch bezel and this earring, I will probably buy those, but not until I get them tested. Here we go. Let's put these two in a separate bag here. These are the magnetic ones. And I'll take them all to a jeweler and we'll have them looked at and see what they say. And I may end up selling them to them, because I don't know if I got enough money to buy all his gold, if they're all gold. I think I can probably buy those other two pieces. Regardless of what you might think, I don't have a lot of money. So we got these two little pieces here. I may buy those. But like I said, I did buy those two rings, so I will put these back in the bag, because those are going to go to a jewelry shop. Those two I'm going to buy. The chains are the ones I'm going to take to the shop to have them checked. All right. I don't know if it's fun or not. I'm just helping out my brother, you know. It's not. He was up at the butt crack of dawn. Why? Work? Work. Work. Yeah. All right. Well, I'm going to probably get off that buying jewelry kick there. Let's see if I can get my feet back over here. Oh, that's what not working feels like. I got to rub it in, Mrs. Coin Crew. I really do. Oh, you've been covering for Ida all week. Well, yes, stainless does have a very weak magnetic pull, but those two necklaces, those two large necklaces, man, I'm not real sure on them two. Yes, I did, Peter. I got your email and I got the tracking number and everything. So thank you very much for that. I got it. Yes, Silver Streak, but the clasps on the end or the end loops, they're the ones that usually have the printing on if they're gold or crap or whatever. Like my wife has one in there in her jewelry box because we were looking at her stuff. The one little clasp was just a little chain like loop, and it says on it, and I'm looking at it with my coin loop, it says Korea, and that's all it says. I said, this one's crap. It's not gold, otherwise it would say gold on it someplace. It would say 10 carat, 9 carat, 6 carat, something. It would say something, 6K, 10K, whatever, and Korea, but it doesn't. And it has to be at least 10K to say gold on, if I'm not mistaken. I think it has to at least be 10K. And you're right, they have a little bit of iron or other metal in to make them stronger. However, that's where all the information should be. The information won't be on the chain itself. So that weak magnetic, maybe it might be, and that might be gold plated silver, or it might be gold plated copper, or it could be something else too. But I will have a jeweler look at it. I will not, and I can rub test it. And I rub tested those two big chains, and they showed me 10K. But until I know for sure, I'm not going to be buying them. Those other two pieces, the other two rings, they said for sure. The watch bezel says for sure. The earring says for sure. So I will buy all of those. But and then I'll just send them in and have them melted, and I'll have something nice made out of them. I don't know what, but I'll have something nice made. I wonder in my forge, because I got a little crucible. I got a little crucible for my forge. I bet I can melt that gold myself and pour it. If I get enough 10 karat together and enough 18 karat together, I bet I could make little bars or something myself. A fang? Right in the middle. Right there in the middle. So I'd be a Unicla, not a Dracula. I'd be a Unicla. a unicorn Dracula? A unitooth Dracula. Yeah. Shit. Yeah, that'd be something, wouldn't it? Oh, God. I have a tooth back here that's got a temporary cap on. I got to go in and get a permanent cap on because it's hurting like a bitch. That's right under that tooth. I had a root canal done. I've had enough molars and chewer teeth taken out of the back of my skull. I only have them on one side on the bottom. That's it. And he wanted to pull another one there. And I said, nope, I'm going to have a root canal done on that one because I'm tired of not being able to chew. And that's the only side that's got any chewers left on it. So I said, I'm going to have a root canal done on that one. So he sent me over to the surgeon to have it done. He put a temporary cap on. He said, don't leave it on there any longer than a year. Okay. So maybe I can take some gold in and have a cap put on, permanent cap put on. I don't know. Would they do that for me? Or they would put a cap on, a gold cap on, but I wonder if they would take gold in exchange for that. Scrap gold for exchange. I don't know. I can always ask them. I can ask my dentist. He's pretty good about that stuff. We get along great because he's a turkey hunter too. So we will see. Gold fingernail. Now, I would like to find one of those. I know they used to make them, and they made them out of silver too, but I would like to find a gold one. Oh my gosh, that would be so great. Can you imagine having a necklace made out of 5 gold fingernails or 4 gold fingernails? It'd be like my bear claw necklace. Or my bear claw? No, bear tooth. The claws are still on the bear. The teeth are what I had taken out of the skull. So my bear tooth necklace. Oh God, coffee. Oh, so good. Chappie, who did you sell them? Who do you sell them to? See, I'm just getting into this buying scrap jewelry, buying scrap silver stuff. Who do you sell to? You got to have a buyer, and it's got to be a mint, doesn't it? Or somebody that actually melts it and refines it. I don't know. I'd have to Google it and look it up and see if there's anybody close. Now, like all the scrap 925, I know that's all scrap 925. I know it is. I sent that down to Ginger. Ginger's going to make me a channel pour or something. I got 35 grams of scrap 925. He's going to make me something out of it. So that shouldn't be a big deal because that's all pure 925. But if you got 10 karat gold, 12 karat gold, 18 karat gold, can you melt that all together and then refine it somehow down to 24 karat gold? Does it have to be done with chemicals or how do they separate? You sold it to your local jeweler. Okay. Well, maybe that's what I'll do. But I would sure like to have, I would like to save the gold actually, because the gold is going to be worth more and more and more in the future, in my opinion. I think we're going to see $3,500 gold by the end of the year. Just my opinion, but I don't know what silver is going to be, but I'll bet it's going to be 35 or above. I'll bet, but we'll see. Okay, Snoopy knows how to refine it. All right. Well, I'm almost assuming, because you have to separate the other metals from the gold, that you'd have to put something in, some chemical that the gold attaches to, take that off of the other metal, and then reheat to take that chemical off of the gold. Once you've got the gold off of the other metal. I don't know. That's just kind of what I'm assuming. But yeah, matter of fact, I get off the air, I will actually write her an email and see. Oh, she might be on it. Will she be on later? Well, her channel will be on later, but I don't know if she will. All right. All right. All right. Because the last time Snoopy's channel was up, it was Meg and Gremlin and was it Angry was on her channel. Just keeping it going, you know. She's having a little difficulty too, so like the rest of us old farts. Silver Streak. Silver Streak. Takes a dog outside. All right, we'll see you, buddy. Thanks for coming in, hanging out for a little bit. We're just talking shit, scrap gold and silver stuff. I don't want to be taken. You know, I did write my brother a check for their full bid, for the full ask price. No, for the full bid price on these two rings. I gave him the full bid price. Kitco's price today, 38.68, I think. Yeah, 38.68. So I gave him that price. He said, "Did you make any money?" I said, "No, I didn't make any money. It's your gold, ain't mine. I'll make money by hanging on to it for a while." He said, "Well, if that doesn't work out for you," he said, "the next stuff," he said, "I'll just split it with you." Okay, well, that's fine if you want to do that, but you don't have to. So I'll take it over to the jeweler and see what they're going to give me for it, if anything. And I'll split that in half and I'll give him half. I will buy the bezel and the earring from him, though, at the regular bid price. Nah, fuck it. I'll sell those two also. The rings I can do something with. If I can find somebody that they will fit that size, then I can probably sell them for a little more than what I paid for them. I might do that. The earring and the watch bezel, I'll probably sell that along with the chains then. Yeah, why not? What the hell? Because I'm not going to refine it, I don't think. I'd have to send it off, and that's going to cost me more money. Yeah, I know Snoopy's taking a much needed hiatus. I don't know if she's got the creeping crud sickness or she got something else going on with her, but Mexican Canadian silver. Well, buddy, I actually don't know if that's premium. Yeah. I don't know. I've been buying 2025 maples. I bought this silver here. I think that's going to apply to the new maples, not to the older coins. I'm hoping. Maybe the new Libertads, not the older pesos. I don't know. We'll see how that's going to play out. You know, he's not putting tariffs on just to put tariffs on to protect American goods. He's putting tariffs on and using it as a negotiating tool so that Mexico will do something about their cartels, and so that Canada will do something about Mexican fentanyl coming over the border. Those two countries, or they are enemy, or they are friends, are they adversaries, are they what are they? Are they frenemies? You know, I know cartel money has and influence has gotten so high in the Mexican government that just about everybody in the Mexican, and I'm going to say just about everybody in the Mexican government is affected, impacted, or taking money from the cartel one way or another. And they better get their shit together or they're going to find themselves invaded. I'm giving Mexico a warning. Giving Mexico a warning. Either do something about your problems, fix your fucking country, or somebody else will. It's been far too long that the cartels have run Mexico. Far too long. One of the reasons is because we have such a goddamn appetite for drugs in this country. All right, you want to get rid of the cartels? Get rid of the demand for the drugs. How to get rid of the demand? Well, you could do what China did during the Opium Wars. If you were found with drugs, you were executed on the spot. If you were pushing drugs, you were executed on the spot. If you were a drug runner or bringing drugs into the country or whatever, you were executed on the spot. If you were a user, you're just an addict, you were put into a re-education camp for 20 fucking years, forced to work. Now, you could go that draconian, or what you could do is legalize them. Tax the hell out of them. You want to use fentanyl? You want to use it? Fine. You go down there to the corner and buy it. There's a guy down there who's authorized to sell it to you. And it's going to cost you this amount of money. Most of that money is going to go to the government. That dealer is going to be regulated by the government, highly regulated, more regulated than fucking gun dealers are, which I think is way too high. But it is what it is right now. I mean, it could be as regulated as alcohol, as regular tobacco products. You know, there are only a certain number of permits to grow tobacco in the United States. There's only a certain amount. The government gives them out. The government knows how many tobacco plants you plant, how many you're allowed to plant, and what your annual harvest is every year. Government knows all that. Government knows how much alcohol you produce as a business. How much you sell, how much you make, of what kind, and whatever. Now, you can still, as a private citizen, make your own alcohol. You can have your own still, but you can only brew what, 5 gallons? I think you can only have 5 gallons at a time or whatever. And you can't sell it because that's illegal as hell. But you can make your own alcohol. And if you want to make your own alcohol and add it to your fuel, you can do that. Or drink it if you want to drink it. I would be real interested in making my own alcohol just to add to gasoline, just to make my fuel go further. And if you have the type of car like that'll burn 85% ethanol, sure, why not? Why not? Most of your new vehicles will anyway. But those are the two directions you can take to decrease the demand for drugs in this country. Because you're not going to put everybody into rehab. You're not going to convince everybody drugs bad. That's not going to happen. So it's either one or the other. You got two choices. And for years and years and years, the evangelical right, the hard rightists, wanted everybody shot and in prison, or Jesus Christ. It's not the solution. And then the hard leftists want no controls. Libertarians want some controls. I myself say legalize drugs, but control and tax the fuck out of them. You want to use them? Okay, but it's going to cost you. Not a problem. You won't go to jail unless you're driving or operating heavy machinery or something like that, flying an airplane, or, where other people's lives are on the line. Yeah, you want to sit at home and shoot up? Give her hell, man. As long as you're not abusing kids, you're not abusing your wife, you're not, or your husband, or getting out on the road and driving. You want to walk down in the woods, fall in the river, drown yourself? Give it hell. Give it hell, man. As a matter of fact, marijuana is one of the most beneficial weeds in the world. For enrichment of the soil, for pollinators, for ethanol, for concrete, for paper, for just about anything you can imagine. Hemp is one of the most beneficial plants in the world. Smoking it to get high, that's a little, if you want to, fine. I've had my share. Don't do it so much anymore, but nothing wrong with that. If I want to sit out in the shed and talk to my cat, the fuck? How about mushrooms? Psilocybin, has been proven to help treat PTSD and a host of other mental issues. And it's probably a good thing in a controlled way. But we got choices to make in this country, and hopefully with this new administration, we'll make some right choices. I'm hoping anyway. I'm hopeful. Let's put it that way. I'm hopeful. Yeah. Chappie, have you petitioned the federal government to make non-THC bearing hemp the substitute for wood pulp for paper? And petitioned the government to actually subsidize farmers to plant and produce it, and plants to take over the production of pulp from it. And one of the reasons why, if you did, it doesn't make any difference is because the timber industry won't allow it to happen, because all of their jobs will go away. Well, they just don't realize that their jobs are going to have to go away. They're going to have to transition into hemp production. And the people in the hemp mills, in the paper mills themselves, their jobs will still be there. You're just substituting one raw material for another. Process is going to be the same. Chemicals might be different, but process is going to be essentially the same. So those jobs will be secure. It's the loggers, the people who are cutting down trees, sawmills, making boards for housing, that'll be affected. Those people will be affected. New jobs will be made because we're going to have to make lumber out of hemp pulp or concrete out of hemp, which is stronger than regular concrete. Why aren't we doing that? Because there's money on the other side that says we don't want that. And it's big money. I've made overtures to my legislators, and they say the same thing. It ain't going to happen. You want to know why? They won't tell you why, but it's because of big money on the other side. It's the same thing with medicine. Big Pharma makes medicine. Why do they make medicine? Because they make money. Why is cancer not being cured with all the money we spent on it? Because they make money on research and they make money on selling treatments. Remember, a patient cured is a patient lost. You're not making money on a patient lost. So don't tell me that a lot of natural remedies aren't beneficial, because they are. Just have to learn how to make them and use them. Can be done. Nobody wants to do it. That's the whole thing. Good for you, Chappie. Anything in this world, you have to look at anymore as who stands to benefit and how. Most of the time, it's money. Money. We got to have money. The fuck does that money do for you? It's a piece of paper. It said, for all debts, public and private, on it until it doesn't. And then you can use it to light your bowl with or light my cigar with. But it's confidence in the system. And when confidence is lost, the system falls apart. So that's what's going to happen to a lot of things. When confidence in that system falls apart, then there'll be change. Until then, no. And that's why they want all of us older people in my generation, and I'm a late baby boomer, I guess. I was born in 56, so I grew up during the 60s, early 70s. So they want us to die off. They want Generation X to die off because we raised you guys, and you know better. And when it gets to the millennials and above, their normal is what they've experienced in the last 30 years. That's their normal. They've never had it any different, so they don't know any different. We have. We've had it different. We know different. But they don't. And that's what the powers that be, the big money people, the people pushing this communist ideology the world over, that's what they want. They want our generations to die off so the newer generations have no clue what's going on. Just the way it is, man. Money. Money. Money is power. I'm hoping that money system falls apart sooner rather than later. And everybody who has dollars in the bank, the big money guys, go broke. But they won't, because you know what they will do? They will take all that cash that they have, all the treasuries that they have, all the paper that they have, and it will all be gone to buy what? Assets. Assets. Farmland, water rights, food manufacturing, food production, um, anything else that you might need that is an asset, a physical asset, they will control. So they'll do all right. It's just the little guys, me and you. We got $500,000 in the bank, let's say, your IRA. And let's say your IRA is being run by, or your 401k is being run by the company you work for. Well, what are you invested in? Or what has the company invested in for you? Or do you even have a say in what you're invested in? And most of the time, it's going to be in stocks or a combination of stocks and bonds, one or the other. Me, I took my 401k when I quit work and retired, or rolled it over into a physical precious metals IRA that I own, that I physically am capable of putting my hands on, plus what land I own. Those are my assets. I keep very, very little money in the bank. When I get money, I got enough to pay the bills and whatever emergencies I have, and the rest of it is spent on physical assets. This whole table full of silver over here, that whole fucking safe full of gold and silver and platinum out there. You know, I money to me is just something to buy assets with, physical assets with. That's all it is right now, until it isn't anymore. And I will have physical assets in order to buy whatever else I want when that day comes. And I know most of you guys think the same way. You need money. A lot of you guys, Mrs. Coin Crew, Coin Zone, Chappie, you guys have businesses, and you need money to run businesses, paper money to run businesses. Understand that. I got that. But when you no longer need to do that, my advice is to take that money and put it into assets. And keep as little money in the bank as you need to pay your monthly bills and whatever little emergencies you might have, car repair, have to get a new or a used car, or have to go have a surgery on a tooth you got to pay out of pocket for, or whatever, that kind of stuff. But as far as keeping 30, 40, 50, $100,000 in the bank, I won't do it. I will not do that. Not only do I not trust banks, bankers are the bane of this world, in my opinion. And it all started in 1913 on Jekyll Island. Actually, it started before that. Probably started with even before the Knights Templar. But it's taken off ever since. The banking system is the bane of this world. So, what do you guys think of that shit? Huh? Yeah, veterinarian grade dewormer. And you know why? That's why they made, during COVID, they passed a law. Now, if you want to get any kind of medication from the vet, or from Tractor Supply, or from Tyson's, or from Farm and Fleet, or wherever, used to have a refrigerator in the back. You go in there and get antibiotic. You go in there and get whatever you needed for your animals, and just pay for it and you got it. Now you have to have a fucking veterinarian's prescription to get that shit. So you have to know a vet to write you a prescription for that shit. That's fucking horse crap. And there's still some things you can get that doesn't require a veterinarian's signature. There's still some things you can get, and I would suggest getting them. Horse dewormer is one. What is horse dewormer though? It's pyrantel. You know, if you went to the doctor and got deworming medication, it'd be pyrantel. You might be able to get ivermectin yet for hogs or cattle without having to have a prescription. You can get the antibiotic for your fish in your aquarium, I think. I can get some horse medications. I can get glucosamine chondroitin for horses with hyaluronic acid in, which I have some in my coffee right now. I have some every morning. And that's just for my joints. The place where I get that, I get a muscle builder also. It's for young colts and foals for building muscles. Not sure I really need that as an old guy, but, you know, doesn't hurt. And I also have an ounce of silver in the bottom of my coffee cup. Can't hurt. Hey, Frostbite, how you doing? Got a question for you, Frosty. What do I do with junk gold? I can melt it myself. I understand that. But how do I separate the gold from the other metals? Like say I got 10K gold or 14K gold, karat gold. How do I separate the base metals from the gold? It's got to be a chemical that the gold attaches to, and then you can take the base metal off of that, and then you have to take the chemical off the gold, is what I'm thinking, but I don't know that for sure. And I'll ask Snoopy. Yes, I'll ask Snoopy, but that's correct, Mrs. Scratch. They don't want to fix people because if they fix you, they lose you as a customer. Pure and simple. What I would do if I were you is I would be looking up on the internet homeopathic remedies for whatever ails you. Go out, find those weeds and prepare them, or those plants and prepare them. People call them weeds, I call them plants. And prepare them. You know, it's like the Indian thistle out here. When you break that stalk and you see that white little juice, it's not the same white juice you would have in a milkweed plant. That's different. That's toxic. The stuff in the Indian thistle, you break that, that's nature's pain reliever right there. You have to gather that and prepare it. But that's a pain reliever. Eating dandelion, flowers, leaves, roots, cattail roots, stalk and the brown cattail before it turns brown when it's green is like sweet corn. Stinging nettles, bring them in, boil them. Once they're boiled, the stinging is gone and they taste just like spinach. There are all kinds, you know, I make my own maple syrup. I go out and tap maple trees and boil down sap and make my own maple syrup. It's not a big deal. You just have to do it right time of the year. It might last for sap flow might last for 2 days or 2 months. And you just gather as much as you want, make your maple syrup and can it and you're done. Or hot pack it. You don't even have to can it, just hot pack it and you're good for the year. So And then you got honeybees if you want to buy. Go out to a local apiary, not aviary, apiary, and a local honey guy, and get some honey that hasn't been heated up and pasteurized. Just strained honey, just filtered through a cheesecloth honey. Raw honey, local raw honey for um, your allergies and your sinuses and stuff. Yeah, milkweed thistle. It's also you call it milkweed thistle, but yeah, I call it Indian thistle. It's you break the stalk. It's got the white juice in like a milkweed would have, but it's a different juice. And I can't stress enough eating fresh caught fish, but you have to know the pollution levels in your rivers. But if you're living in some place that's nice, like Idaho, Wyoming, Montana, up in the mountains, Northern California, Oregon, Alaska, Canada, and you're up in the mountains, and you have fresh water. The fish out of those streams, very good. Fish around here, it depends. If they're a bottom feeder, I probably won't eat them. If they're a fish that eats other little fish, they're a meat eater, then I'll probably eat them. Especially panfish around here. I will eat panfish. I will eat the trout. I will eat bass. Um, no carp, no suckers. Bullheads and catfish, I won't eat. They're also bottom feeders. But it depends on the type of catfish. Um, some catfish will eat plenty of crawfish and minnows. So crawdads I will eat, um, even though they are carrion eaters. Clams I will eat because they do filter water, but I will only eat the muscle part. I won't eat anything else. Let's see, what else will I eat? Deer. Well, that's a deer. I eat lots of deer. Birds. Eggs that my brother raises. My neighbor up the road, whose wife is a veterinarian, they raise elk, and so anytime he has an elk that goes down, he butchers it, and I can go up and buy a quarter or whatever I want from him for elk. Um, and those are pen raised; they're not out in the wild, even though they have a great big pen. I mean, they got 5 to 10 acres worth of pen they can traverse there, so they're eating grass and be what I call a free range elk, but within limitations. And then my buddy down the road, Phil Anderson, he's an Iraq vet. He raises cattle, so every once in a while he'll have a cow breaks a leg or something, and they're raised out. They're pastured cattle. They're not confined. Although there are some cattle confinements around here. Um, and every once in a while he'll have a cow goes down or whatever, and I'll get beef from him. And if I'm the one doing the killing and butchering, most of the time it's free, so he doesn't have to call a rendering truck. And hogs. I got a friend who raises hogs on dirt, and I'll get a hog from him every once in a while. So I try to eat as healthy as I can. Yeah, we still buy. I don't make bread anymore. I buy bread, but I try to buy heavy bread like bagels, rye. Try to buy heavier bread like that instead of white bread. Don't use any sugar hardly at all. And when I eat chocolate, I try to eat dark chocolate or baker's chocolate instead of like M&Ms or turtled or, you know, that kind of chocolate, milk chocolate. I try not to eat milk chocolate if I can help it. But being Valentine's Day, guess what my wife got me? Milk chocolate. And that's what I got her too. So, yeah, every once in a while, it gets that way. You don't like to eat fish? Oh, man. I can make you some fish you'll love. I got a package of trout in the freezer, maybe two. I have 2 packages of trout in the freezer yet. Rainbow trout, about 12 to 14-inch rainbow trout. Yeah, they're pretty good. Not bad at all. I used to love baking bread too. My wife did back when we had kids, and then I started baking and had a sourdough pot on the kitchen counter. I made sourdough bread for years, and then finally I just quit making sourdough because I wasn't making enough. You know, you have to keep using the starter out of the pot and keep replenishing it all the time, or you have to take the sourdough starter, put it in a couple of quart jars, and put it in the refrigerator, and then that will just put it into hibernation basically. And you can take it out, heat it up, add some more flour and sugar to it, and away you go. Just a little sugar, not much. That's just to get it started. And you don't want to put a whole grain flour into your sourdough pot. You want to put just straight white flour in there because it will mold too easily if you use a whole grain or any kind of grain flour other than wheat flour. So anyway, that's what we got, man. I don't know. You guys want to keep talking? We can sure keep talking, but I don't have a whole lot more to say today, anyway. I just wanted to come on and show you that stuff that I've been buying and helping my brother out with his little truck repairs. Otherwise, I wouldn't be buying it myself, but if he's going to continue, he said he got a couple more rings too. So if he's going to continue to buy it, then I'll just buy it from him, I guess. But I'll do it at a reduced price next time. So I'll make myself a little, and then take it to the jeweler and sell it. And it's either that or I want to make something out of it. I don't know what, but or how, but I'll figure it out one way or another. All right, guys, what time is it? 3:49. I'm gonna go out and see my cat, and before 5 o'clock or so, I'm gonna put wood in the furnace because it's blowing like hell up here now. We're supposed to get between 2 to 4 inches tonight, 2 to 4 inches tomorrow, or over the weekend, and it's blowing like 20, 30 miles an hour up here, so it's going to be drifting. And I need to go out and put wood in the wood stove. I'd like to take ash out today, but not with the wind blowing that hard. So just shove the ash to the back or to the front, and shove the embers to the back, and rake the ash up to the front. So when I am able to take the ash out and put it in the barrel, then I can do that without having to blow all over the place. Because in that ash, you might still have some embers in there. If you get embers blowing all over the place, and I'm surrounded by my 3 acres here is surrounded by cornfield stalks, and we don't have that much snow on the ground, so you can still set off cornfield fire if you wanted. Maybe not so much anymore with this snow that we got, but we sure had one the other night before this snow. So, all right, you guys, I'm going to hit it. You guys stay safe. Take care of yourselves, man. Take care of yourselves. Be good. All right. Peace out.